What's up, dudes and dudettes? My name's Scythe, and today I'm going to be showing you all of the Trove of Wonder mounts. Now, lots of people are always asking me about some of the mounts that I end up rocking in the Trove series, and well, I wanted to tell you for the longest time what they are and how you actually get them all. But they're some of the rarest items in the game. So this rocket actually that we're rocking right now is a flying mount. He operates kind of the same as Squeakers or a dragon at Legendary. He doesn't actually shoot or anything like that. He's a normal mount. And if you hold space while you're in the air, you can fly. Now, the way that you actually get this rocket, as well as other Trove of Wonder mounts, is you gotta find one of these golden ships. Now, these, as far as I know, only show up in U1 and higher. I think that's because the ocean biome only shows up in U1 and higher, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, you're gonna notice these two little NPCs. This guy is going to sell you flasks for rainbow fragments, or whatever these things are called. I think they're rainbow fragments. Where are they? We're on PTS. This is the test server. That's why I have like all this stuff, because this is, don't get too scared. But anyway, this NPC right here, he sells the Trove of Wonder cash. Now, that's a lot of Flux, especially for an average player, but we got 56k, so I'm just gonna buy a bunch of them right now. 50k was only enough to buy 5 of them, so let's actually open these, see if we get anything lucky. So we got Fragments of Wonder, which the fragments obviously are for all of the flasks and stuff like that. We're getting really lucky with these boxes. And GG, there it is. So, out of those chests, there is a rare chance of getting this rocket mount. And then the other rare mount right over here is the Royal Tortoise. I was getting, yeah. Some of these you can actually buy on the player market. I'm not going to actually go to that right now because we are on PTS, so the prices are going to be ridiculous. But this is the Royal Turtle. He, as far as I know, has normal movement speed. Yeah, he does. And he's pretty cool because he actually operates like a boat. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't actually operate like a mount in the water. He's a little bit glitchy, as you see right there. Like, if we kind of bounce out of the water, we can... as soon as we come out of the water, he's a mount. But as soon as you're in the water, he operates the same as a boat with slow turning and having to slowly but surely accelerate over time. It was said a long time ago that this mount was going to end up being like faster than normal boats, but we've actually tested that out in Team Pixel, and no, this turtle is very, very slow actually. So you could get your hands on this guy from the market for pretty cheap. And then the next rare mount, this one's actually a really cool one, except for the fact that he's got 75 movement speed instead of 90. He's a tank turtle, so he's beautiful. He should be a proper tank. That would be much cooler. But he actually shoots cannonballs, and as you can see right there, they are much stronger than ship cannonballs. And they're actually stronger than dragon fireballs, mostly because he still shoots faster. As you can see, he doesn't destroy that many blocks, but it's still enough. He's actually very handy for mining, but not necessarily for like going through dungeons and stuff like that because of his movement speed. Like we're only moving at 75 right now, so everybody's gonna be outrunning you like really fast. I think that's it for the rare mounts. Yes, actually it is. There's also this pair of Radical Rainbow Wings. So we're going to check those out right here, which they're pretty cool, as you can kind of see. Some people aren't really into them. Some people really are. I know Joe, these are like his favorite wings because he's into the whole rainbow thing, which they're like the starter wings. You know, I actually really like the effects of these things. They're really cool. And if we can just stand on the ground, type pose, because I don't have the chat off because we're on PTS, so nobody cares. Nobody's here. But they are beautiful. And ignore our spear because that's when the ice dragon comes in. We're on the test server, like I said. So the other mounts is there are 2 legendary dragons. Let's actually go to Fortras. This is the one that most people are always asking me, what is this dragon? He is a very rare Trove of Wonder mount. Now, as soon as we get up to these dragons, this is getting into the hardcore rare territory. So this guy, of course, has very beautiful video effects. I absolutely love him. And he is a very unique dragon. He is the only dragon that is actually unique pretty much in the entire game because he shoots straight down. And as he shoots down as well, you can kind of see he shoots a little bit faster than normal dragons, and the block damage that he's doing, like as you can see right there, we're picking up almost 100 blocks at a time. Like seriously, this guy, this dragon is definitely, if you're trying to get a dragon, this one is like one of the best things that you can get, especially for farming. Because you can blast your way into dungeons. Get a little bit of lag there. You can blast your way into dungeons very, very easily. And he's just overall a very, very convenient dragon. Excuse, I don't think it's going to show up in the video anyway, but the heat came on in the background. It's very cold here in Canada. So the next legendary dragon is Albairn. And he is the golden dragon. He looks beautiful with radiant, which actually, let's rock that right now. Let's go on the radiant revenant. Revenant radiance. Yeah. He's got really cool video effects. You can kind of see music notes coming out behind him. I also really like his lightning feet. His wings are kind of strange because they're like swords. And he just shoots like a normal dragon does, but as you can see, he shoots balls of light. Very, very beautiful. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, everybody, but for the sake of my videos, I turn off the Trove music because I find that it doesn't come on often enough and it's not really exciting or anything like that, so I usually add music to my videos after. But while you are actually rocking this dragon, or at least the first time, I'm not sure how the physics work now because I know they kind of nerfed it, but everybody in this map would be able to hear a unique song like on their screens that this dragon emits. So you can kind of, it used to be really cool because it's like, you would know, oh, dude, somebody's got Albairn who's on the map. I don't know if it operates the exact same way now. Lots of people have been saying how for some reason we have Albairn like in worlds and stuff and nobody ends up hearing the soundtrack. So I'm not exactly sure how he operates anymore. So I don't know, they kind of nerfed him. Now, we are going to get to the coolest part, which is the Birds of Paradise. So we'll start with Haori. This is one of the easiest mounts to get, and he creates thumbtacks. No, that's supposed to be flowers. But he creates pretty flowers behind him. I always call him the pretty bird. That's what I refer to this guy as. And you can see that it actually creates quite a long trail before it starts degenerating. And before you ask, no, you cannot destroy the flowers and end up getting Glim. The first iteration of this guy, you actually could do that, but they fixed it before this bird ended up going public. So, but either way, he is very, very pretty. You know, the fact that he does like actual video effects is very, very nice. So the next bird is the ice bird, Articuno, that's what I call him. But anyway, this bird is actually beautiful. He's pretty much like one of the better mounts just for the sake of what he ends up actually doing. So what this guy does is he creates an ice trail on the water. So as we're going faster and faster, like we're kind of using the ice to slide around. So he's still not as fast as using a boat. He's not as fast as using wings, but as you can see, he is very, very beautiful. And this is a bit more of a common bird as well. The pretty bird is kind of the main one where it's at. And then the next one, which this is going to be a little bit tedious because we actually have to go over and get our hands on a lava biome, volcanic biome, because the next bird, I'm not exactly sure what the names are. I always just call them like Moltres and stuff like that. Kabiri. So this is actually one of the most beautiful birds. He's got great fire effects and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to have any when he jumps, but I like his feet and I like his glowy tail. He's very, very neato. And if we can, anyways, he obviously creates, like he does the exact same thing as the ice bird does, but instead he does it on lava. So sorry, that's a little bit tedious. I didn't think to go over to the lava biome. But then on top of that, he's actually very handy too, because on top of actually creating a trail, which he's not gonna, oh, he actually does do it on even on stuff like this. So that's actually really, really cool. I personally have never even seen his trail because I don't really rock him that often, but he actually makes you immune to lava as well, so you can just kind of stand here like a baller, like, yeah, what? The other thing, too, that I do want to point out about these birds and stuff like that is, unfortunately, they don't work in club worlds, and they don't work in shadow towers for obvious reasons. So then, finally, last but not least, you're going to see on the PTS, I actually don't have this Ganda. which I call Ganda Jub Jub. He is my Jub Jub. He is the beautifulest bird in the game. The rarity of this bird is the same as a chaos coin out of a chaos chest, and chaos coins up your chaos factor, which is your daily chaos coins. Or daily chaos chest that you end up getting. So, this is the only mount I don't have on PTS, but I do actually have it on the main server, and I am so happy for that. So, I'm going to swap over to the main server right now just to kind of show you what he does. Alright, everybody. Now, as you can kind of see, I accidentally didn't install my mods. So, this is what we look like to anyone that's not rocking the Kigurumi costume. I actually kind of changed it up and stuff like that. Well, we'll talk about the mods another time, but this is Ganda. So first of all, I gotta say he is the most beautiful mount in the game. He is my absolute favorite. Say hi, Jub Jub. Ah, hello. And I'm kind of procrastinating because if you haven't already seen me rocking it in the Trove series, what this guy actually does is game breaking. So the reason that he's the rarest mount in the game, and he is also the most expensive. His average price right now is like 4 to 5 mil. I ended up getting this one for 5.5 mil. 5.5 mil. Huge shout out to Lord Sithis, Dark Soul, Joe, Total Muffin. Seriously, they are the kings of this game for actually helping me get this bad boy. So what he actually does is he creates blocks in the air. Yes, look at him, he's so beautiful. My goodness, I get so excited every time I'm actually on this guy, like seriously. So I mean, as you can kind of tell, like this is game breaking. He creates golden blocks in the air. So jump ability, you don't need the jump stat anymore, which I normally avoid anyway because it's not really useful. Again, he doesn't work in clubs. He doesn't work in shadow towers, and he also doesn't work on cornerstones for obvious reasons as well. But either way, he is just absolutely beautiful. You can create quite a golden trail behind you before it starts deleting, as you can see, and you can actually have lots of other people on top of it. The mechanics of him are a little bit different than they were originally anyway. He used to be able to stand on one block indefinitely, but now they actually have it, so this one block is going to constantly degenerate and then respawn underneath us, so we're slowly descending while on him. But if you step just the tiniest bit forward, and you can get yourself in between. This is the nice in-between spot. So there's actually 2 blocks being generated, and although they are despawning, you can't really see it because they're respawning like so fast. And this is the way that you can end up staying up in the world indefinitely. So right now, just for kicks, we're gonna go actually to the sky limit, just because I love rocking this guy up in the sky limit. He is absolutely beautiful. And this is the rarest mount in the game. I really hope that the devs don't ever make anything as beautiful as him. I want him to stay the rarest. Oh goodness, I really should be rocking the no clouds mod. So anyway, looks like we're at sky limit. He actually used to go even higher than the sky limit, and the blocks would degenerate and be like really, really weird and finicky. But now we can see the whole world from here. Oh goodness, block lag is still an issue. It looks like I'm actually lagging really. Oh, never mind, I'm just standing on the cornerstones. Sometimes you can run into some block lag though, where it will start despawning his blocks. Another thing too that I found, and this is very interesting because I've been messing around with his physics, is if you roll, we actually are still generating blocks as we're rolling. That was actually just lag right there, so you can kind of see right there, we actually get it going really good. Unfortunately, Ganda is not very good for farming. If you're farming dungeons and stuff like that, you definitely are going to still want to take Fortras or any of the other dragon mounts, because Ganda makes it a bit tedious because you can't go down very fast. You can still get off of him and kind of get back on him and do some parkour and stuff like that and just create, like, he's absolutely beautiful. I love him, my Jub Jub. I love the Jub Jub. That's what I call him, my Jub Jub. Samantha, get out of there. I guess he's trying to stay warm. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the Trove of Wonders. Again, you have to go into an ocean biome, find yourself a golden ship, and you have to buy it for a full stack of Flux, and then you have to get lucky enough to get any of these beautiful mounts, which some of them, of course, like let's actually see. I think the Royal Turtle might be one of the cheapest. Yeah, he's only going for like 30k. There's actually not even that many of him right now. That's pretty crazy. But Ganda, here's a pro tip. This Ganda right here is actually selling. That's about 7 to 8 mil, which is very, very overpriced. This is what I like to call a troll sale. Pretty much anyone that puts Ganda in the market is always overpricing. So for Albairn, of course, you can find him in here, which those are getting well over 2 mil, I think. Maybe it's 1 mil, I'm not exactly sure. But Fortras, there was a couple of them in the market, and he's starting to go for 1 mil a pop. As you can see right here, the reason that things sell for 999999999 is because that is the maximum amount of Flux that you can actually put in the store. So what people do next is they start trying to sell it for Chaos Chests and Pentas and stuff like that, because this actually boosts his price to well over 1 mil, which, I mean, get them while they're hot if you can. Because I got a feeling that every single one of these mounts, like they're all starting to get much more expensive. Ganda was going for 4 to 5 mil, and now people are starting to sell them for an average of 5 to 6, and some people even try to sell it for 7. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, do not forget to Hadouken the like button for me. I really very much appreciate it. Of course, there are links in the description to all sorts of other beautiful things, and I'll see you on my Ganda, ladies and gents. Sayonara and stay epic.